Hello. Today we're going to see about how to take good notes. Before we go for that, I think it'll be good to know why should anybody take notes, right? Okay, so we all love, we all appreciate people who lecture. We go there, listen for 15, 20 minutes, and we'll be very happy. We appreciate the person who spoke. We'll say, he did good, but how much can you recollect after you come back after 20 30 minutes of lecture? You came back, and after some time somebody is asking you to recollect all that the speaker spoke. Will you be able to do justice? I don't think so. Many of them would miss out many important points. But if somebody will give the hint, somewhere the mind recollects and it immediately pops out and tells or develops the point which was told. Do you know, it'll be very shocking to hear if I say this. People always say that lecturing is very good, it is very informative, but it is considered the most passive form of learning. So, does that mean nobody has to listen to lecture and nobody has to lecture? Is that the point it makes? No. Lecturing is very good because it makes you feel very comfortable. Somebody speaks, you listen very, very happily. So, less amount of effort, right? But nature always has equal reaction for every action, right? So, efforts less, so take home also less. So, how to increase that take home, right? So, what people do is, in order to convert the most passive form of learning into most active form, it is recommended that you employ more number of sense organs into it. What does it mean? When you listen, your ears are employed, but if you can incorporate or bring in one more sense organ to do an activity uh, together, so that makes it even more emphasized. Distraction goes away. So what do you do? What do you do? So when you're listening, you can meanwhile take notes. So now you're hearing to me, and after 20, 15, 20, 30 minutes, you didn't take notes, okay? So after 20, 30 minutes, I'm asking you to just brief what all I told. Maybe 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, yeah, but 1 or 2 points definitely will miss. Maybe that is important too. So, how do we rectify this? So, notes taking. But then, many days it has happened that you yourself took notes, but after 1 month, we really don't know what is this notes all about, and we ourselves will not understand the notes which we have taken. So the point is how to take important notes or how to take good notes, quality notes. So I just came across a blog from Oxford Academy, Royal Academy, Oxford Royal Academy. I read this blog. It was like very interesting. So I thought, why don't I share this with all of you? They've given very precise 10 points to to take the best out of any lecturing you hear. The best notes taking tips. Here we go. Point number one: whenever you go for a lecture, okay, majority of them do PowerPoints, right? So it's good to have those handouts well in advance. So most of them will have it public, so you can take it. Even in case if it's not public, you can write to the speaker and just get those handouts a day before. So what happens is when you skim through that, the words will be familiar. So whenever you hear something for the first time, digestion takes time, absorption takes time. So what you really do is the minute you do this, your brain gets accustomed for the next day scenario. So all the words will become very familiar. Whenever the speaker speaks, it'll be a second time of hearing it. So obviously it goes very quick into your mind. So always grab the handout and just skim through it a day before. Point number one. Point number two, what do we do is whenever we go for a lecture, we should be very clear of why am I attending that lecture. Different people have different goals. Some go for just a certificate purpose. But I think majority of them don't go for it, right? So they go with the purpose, with the reason. Maybe somebody goes to learn something and share it with their colleagues, or write an essay, or to teach someone. So depending on what do you really need, okay, the notes taking becomes very, very different. So why do I say this? So whenever your notes taking is just to observe and just share with your colleagues, even if you miss 1 2 points, it's fine. So your focus on the words which people will speak is different. Now if it's say like you have to teach someone which you are hearing from the lecture, so it needs utmost focus on those words, whatever they are speaking, the phrases. So too much attentiveness is required, and the focus of words which you pick up will also be different. So second point goes with the goal of notes taking. Why are you taking notes? Point number 3 is people always have this habit of doing good lectures, right? So, in the point of good lecture, what do they really do is they add up some background, they tell you some jokes to make it very interactive. Then they also have some anecdotes. So, anecdotes are something like whenever I'm talking about someone, something or someone, I will relate that story with an existing person or existing incident. So it makes it very lively and you get it very, very deep. And sometimes people add backgrounds. Maybe I want to talk about what is the impact of GST or demonetization current. Okay. But before people start this, people will talk about what happened in 1970, what happened in 1975, what is demonetization, is the word right? So some deviation to make or set the background or set the foundation. So that is one thing which people really do. So should you have to note down all of this? Absolutely no. What happens is whenever you go sit for an exam, okay, whatever jokes I cracked, you remember, but that point for which the joke was cracked uh, was was not all coming into your mind. So always take care that you get rid of these irrelevant bits. Okay, this makes your point number 3. Point number 4. When somebody is speaking, suddenly you'll get so inspired with a phrase, a word, or or a sentence. So it's always good to note down these. So it'll help you impress someone, but take care that it was not yours. So be very generous to say that it is not yours, you took it from someone. Please acknowledge it the way I did. Like, this is not mine, the one which I sharing, it's from Oxford Royal Academy. So it's nothing wrong in thanking someone, and it is really good, and it will motivate people to do good things as well, right? So that gets you point number 4. Okay, grab the sound bits. Point number 5, look out for summaries. Okay, every good speaker, after they cover 5 minutes of lecture or 10 minutes of lecture, they consolidate things in a very, very precise, beautiful form. So please note them. It will definitely help you for two things. One is you reiterate the whatever session happened, so it gets very clear in your mind. The second thing is writing it precise is very, very important. So whenever you wanted to talk about something in a minute, so this summary would make you very, very clear of what should you speak. Okay, so that takes you to point number 5. Point number 6 is, do you know shorthand writing? I don't know, but but you don't have to know official shorthand writing to take quick notes, right? So what can you do is you can create your own shorthand. Like, if I'm talking about simulation and experimentation, difference between simulation and experimentation, I will use these words again and again and again, right? So you don't have to write that again and again. So one time you write on top, S means simulation, E means experimentation, and start using S and E throughout. But take care that you note down somewhere in your notes at least once. So this will something like this. So it will speed up your process. So you don't have to. You can just skip those words when they are saying, and you just use those shorthands. Okay. So that makes your point number 6. Point number 7, it's always good to maintain separate notepads. I've seen people carrying same notes, hearing to every lecture, they write this page, that page. At the end of the day, the whole point of note writing is gone. When you want it, you'll not know where is it. Okay, so it's always good to maintain separate notes for different lecture series. So later some point of time, whenever you wanted to sort it, whenever you wanted to retrieve it, it becomes very easy for you. So that was point number 7. Point number 8, what do we do is, whenever you finish the lecture, hearing to the lecture, it's always good to go back and make it digital. What do I mean by that? Key in, key in inside your laptop or your system, or some kind of electronic gadget. So why do you do? Again, there are two purposes. One is do it immediately on the day. That is one thing, very important. Why do you do this? Is it'll be forever. When you write in a paper, you may miss it somewhere. So always digitize it. So it'll be forever. And the second point is, whenever you try to assimilate it, whenever you try to um, think about it for the second time, it becomes concreted in your mind. Okay, so it's very good for you to remember and retrieve it later point of time. So it's always good to key in. Now there are some people. So that is your point number 8. Point number 9 is, some people are lazy. They will ask like, why should I do it 2 times? Or I'll write it in hand and then go back and do keying in. So cool, no issues. So what you can do is you can use note taking apps like Evernote. So, but again, I recommend you that you do a handwriting and then keying in, because it is 2 times, and uh, the most natural forms are always good, right? Though you key in whatever, I feel like writing makes a lot of impact, and there is scientific proof as well. But for some reasons, if you want to do it one time, you can use those Evernote apps, which will make your life simple, and that makes you point number 9. Most important, okay, is point number 10. Many a times we'll feel like, I've taken good notes. I know I listened to in and out of it and prepared such a beautiful notes, my interpretations, discussions which happened in the meeting, everything I noted down. So now it becomes very precious, right? Though we heard it from someone, but many a times we'll feel like, it's mine. So what you do is, when somebody will ask for your notes, we'll say like, no, I'm not going to give you, right? So don't do that. So always share notes with your colleagues or the person who attended the meeting along with you. It will be so surprising, okay, to note that some points you might have missed thinking it's not important. But when you read it from that other person's notes, you'll think, how did I miss this? This is so important point, and how did I miss this? And the angle of interpretation, though people speak in so good English, well communicative, but even then, some points we interpret it in a very, very different manner depending on my previous knowledge or skill. So when you look at the other person's notes, okay, you'll think like, oh my God, how did I miss this angle completely? So it's always good to share. Okay. So now that's it. So you have 10 important points to remember for good notes taking. So what are they? Let's do a quick revamp. Point number 1, get hold of the handouts as early as possible. Point number 2, please keep your goal of note taking very clear. Point number 3, filter out irrelevant bits like backgrounds, jokes, anecdotes. Point number 4, grab the sound bits. Point number 5, look out for summaries, which will be very useful later. Point number 6, use shorthand notations, your own shorthand notations. Point number 7, maintain separate notepads. Point number 8, key in the handout notes immediately on the day, before you go to bed, before you go to sleep. Point number 9, you can use apps like Evernote, okay, to make your life simple. And point number 10, please don't be hesitant to share your notes. That's all from my side for today. Thank you. Bye bye.